Years to each and every one of you. Are you going to stick to your goals this year? I hope so. 2026, let's say this is your year. And unlike all the people who say that New Year's resolutions only last 4 to 6 weeks, let's make sure that this is your launch pad to your forever life. And again, if there's anything that we can do to help you from a personal training or a life coaching standpoint, or even motivational speaking, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Let me help you finally get it, right? This is our final day of looking back at some of our favorite shows of 2025. And in this one of my best friends, Todd Michaels from Las Vegas, who's been in the entertainment industry for decades, he joined us on a really special show as we look back at our friendship. We relaunched his music career. He is absolutely hilarious and so gregarious in his personality. If you missed it, it is our final best of shows from 2025. So tomorrow we'll be live together in the Slyman Brothers kitchen, cooking it up healthy style as we kick off 2026, trying to keep you to your goals. So to each and every one of you, thank you for the last 3 years of the Real Monica Adams Show. Thank you for an incredible 2025, and buckle up. We're in for quite a ride as we get into 2026. Happy New Year.
To understand the reasons why we carry on this way, we're lost in this masquerade. We're lost, yes, we're lost in this masquerade.
There you go. That's a little bit of Todd Tanner Michaels. We're going to show you some video clips. We'll show you pictures of people he loves in his life that mean the world to him, that support him and lift him up, as well as people that he's loved, that he's interviewed in his career. He's done so much that we could literally bring him back every single week for a segment. That's the deal. We've been talking about this for a while in our early radio days. And then I think it was probably a yearly thing that I used to say, Todd, we need to do a show together. Todd, we need to do a show together. And he's like, yeah, but how could that be? These were the days where everything virtual never happened. So since the pandemic, now it's all about you can literally join people all over the world. So we've talked about this for a long time. I think after today, you might say, yeah, you two got to do a show together. I know, right? Who am I talking about? Todd Tanner Michaels. We've added a name since you were on with us last.
Yeah, I went back to using the whole thing.
I love it.
It was a mouthful. But
No, so Todd Tanner Michaels, Monica Adams Quentin. That's my real name, by the way.
yeah.
We go by 3 names.
yeah.
Thank
And
you
it's
for
all right.
coming in. So he just flew in, by the way, on a red eye from Las Vegas.
Yeah, via Chicago. And I want to say, you mentioned the tornadoes a few minutes ago.
Yes.
So when we flew in yesterday, we went over the, downtown St. Louis, the Arch, everything. And then I started seeing all these blue rooftops. And it dawned on me,
Tarps.
that's where the tornado came through. So you have all these homes, and ones that don't have a blue tarp, you could imagine they're probably damaged as well, and
Absolutely.
they have something covering. But it was shocking to see that many rooftops covered and trees down.
Well, if you, I know you don't have a lot of time because he's just in for a couple of days, but if you were to drive around, I think you'd probably get really emotional because he's from St. Louis, and now you're coming back to your hometown and you're seeing the devastation that the city that you love has gone through. And the hashtag of STL Strong, there are a lot of people that are not going to have the opportunity to reopen their businesses because of the devastation. And yes, you're seeing the tarps. If you really, like I said, would drive around, you will look at homes and go, it looks like bullet holes from all the hail, from all of the bricks that are down. I mean, yeah, it's devastating. And I don't want you to forget about them because, as you know, and I know, people go back to their lives.
Yes.
A few days after, let's see, can I donate? Can I help a little bit? Can I go out there and volunteer? Okay, I'm back to my life. Don't forget about them, right? We got to keep
This is
stressing
going to
that.
take generations to get through.
And by the way, the one thing that he and I connected on right away, I loved his heart. We've told the story before about how we worked together. And can we say how crazy this is? As just about 10 minutes ago, who did you see?
Danny Montana.
From WIL.
Yeah, so all three of us worked together here in St. Louis at 92.3 WIL, a country station. We were all on the air, and Danny just walked into the hallway unexpectedly a few minutes ago. So we have this picture. I think Zach, your producer, director's putting it up.
Bo Matthews, we need you to show up in about another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Elaine Everett, where are you?
Yeah.
David Craig.
Yes.
Lynn Stewart. Those were the days,
Those
right?
were the days, yeah.
So we always say this. This was what, 24 years ago?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to think, but although it feels like, holy cow, it's been that long, it feels like yesterday.
Yes, it
Right?
sure does. Yeah.
I used to say, good morning and welcome, 92.3
Yeah.
WIL, and he would say,
wound up. We're wound up.
you were really, truly the most energetic evening host. And for all of you that may have watched WIL, and so if you did, you can shoot something into us live while we're on, or hashtag replay. We'll tag a lot of different things about WIL. And for those of you that used to listen to him, tell him some memories.
Yes,
I've
yeah.
told you many times, you did so many fun things. I always remember you used to do these prank things, and it was the one with the arch. Still to this day, I think is the best.
Yeah.
You want to briefly tell them what you did?
Yeah. So we would make prank calls, like you said. So one, we set up. I had interns that helped me out. We called the Gateway Arch, and like during the day at business hours, and I pretended I was with the Ringling Brothers Circus, and that we wanted to set up a trapeze between the legs of the arch to promote the circus. And the lady was just like adamantly, no, that's
But she
not
was
gonna
very
happen.
sweet, and I
But she
will
was
say
nice,
patient with
but
you.
yeah.
No, sir, I don't think we can do that. No, we're going to be bringing. But you did it in this voice.
In a voice, yeah, like some Euro voice or something. I don't know, to make it sound more authentic, you know.
I didn't think we can do that, sir. It went on for a while though, and I'm like, wow, she stayed on the phone with him and really believed
she
it.
didn't hang up on me. But it turned out to be very, very funny. And we had sound effects, elephants in the background. Like I was truly phoning from the Ringling Brothers Circus.
I was driving and I almost drove off the road. I'm like, he's got this woman believing that he's coming to do, because look, you've got some people. I mean, she stayed calm with you because there are literally people to be like, can I bungee off the arch? The answer is no. Can you climb to the top on the outside of it like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible? The answer is no.
No. And I wouldn't want to. I don't know who would be daredevil enough to do that. But there have been people who've actually flown small aircraft through the legs of the arch.
Yeah.
Illegal.
I was going to say, don't try it.
Don't try that.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, Todd Tanner Michaels. And so the song that we're going to talk about and the worldwide debut of this music video that's going to come up here in less than 10 minutes, the song itself, as we're seeing here, I Just Don't Think That I'll Be Getting Over You, is already out, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
On multiple platforms, as you're seeing
platform.
here.
I'm hearing even from people in Russia
and
the UK that they've seen my song on their platforms. They've downloaded it. It's truly amazing. It was released the last day in May, and within 48 hours, it was on every platform, and it was unexpectedly. Sometimes when you're an artist like this and you're putting music out in today's age, not with a record label, but independently, it can take days, weeks, months, or they can reject it completely.
Sure.
Within 48 hours, it was on everything. And I'm sitting at home looking through Amazon and Apple Music and iTunes and seeing it, Spotify and Pandora. I'm like, oh my God. And it's this striking blue cover art that the graphic designer put together for me, which you saw.
Yeah.
And it just stands out.
Sure.
And, so I'm very proud of the song.
You should. I'm proud of you.
We went to the studio recently and just added a few more things to it, and then I thought it's perfect. And
here's the thing: he sent it to me, folks, and I've known him for a while, so I have seen him. You saw the clip of him on Star Search, which, by the way, how many years ago was that? He's like, don't ask me, Monica. Let's just be real.
We shot Star Search in September 1988.
So for those of you that don't know anything about Star Search, that would have been really the beginning years of what you now know as America's Got Talent, American Idol.
Yeah. Ed McMahon
The Voice
was the host.
Yes.
So I was picked from here in St. Louis. So don't think you live here, I'll never get out. It can happen, but you got to work at it. And that's what I did. I tried out twice for Star Search. They had one time they came through with the casting people, and I auditioned here.
He looks like he would be George Michaels there.
And I did this with the jacket coming up. No one had ever done that, and they freaked. But this is the part people are going to remember with the jacket coming up.
And then
I did that purposely.
Look how he looks at everybody in the audience. And then the rush through the hair, Mr. Sultry.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. But that the shirt was designed by a neighbor, a longtime neighbor, where my parents lived. She did the Broken Heart shirt for me. A designer in St. Louis here made the leather jacket that I wore on Star Search, the pants. And
You
I
were
was
representing
picked
the
it from
Lou.
here and was flown to Hollywood. I'd never been there before, and I never came back after that.
Yeah, I was gonna
except
say.
that one year when I came back, and you and I met, and that was meant to be.
See, that was the God
Yeah.
wink, right? Faith
Yes.
is a very big part of both of our lives. And so if he had always been in LA, none of this would have ever happened.
Right.
It was a short stint at WIL, but it was such a powerful and a pivotal moment in your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, from St. Louis to LA to Vegas, but all over. I've mentioned it before. I doubt we have a picture of it, but at one point you were a Chippendales dancer.
There's no question off limits on this show.
Look it.
Yeah, boy, Zach, I didn't send you that in the pre-production meeting. So, boy, he did some digging.
Way to go, Zach.
Yeah,
I
but
love
that
it.
was shot in New York. I remember the photography session. The student David Morgan shot that.
So
and,
you were
yeah.
Chippendales, but over in what country?
Well, I did it here in the U.S.
But you also told me-
tour, and it's not like where women come up and put dollars in your G-string. These were actually
Dancers.
musical stage shows that
Yeah.
were produced, and we had choreographers. Carrie Ananaba was the choreographer on one of these tours.
From,
She's like, Todd, you're never gonna dance. So just face it. I'm like, dude, I know.
Dance
She
from
just
what?
laughed.
So you
Dancing
think
with
you can dance or
Stars.
Dancing with the
So,
Stars,
you
yes.
know, when I'm working with a pro here, and still she couldn't get me to dance.
She said you're never going to dance?
Never gonna dance.
Sorry, Todd.
Yeah,
You got a
not-
voice,
not
but you
in
can't dance.
Yeah, can't dance. for
Again,
crap.
folks, Todd Tanner Michaels in studio with us. We'll look at your comments. We got about 50 of you on right now, so let's get these numbers growing. Hopefully you can stay on with us live. If not, definitely as you run off, be sure to come back, because trust me, we're going to laugh together. We're going to have a lot of fun. Rose just said, Todd, let's see, I bet your music is great, but you have great hair.
Oh, yeah, I'm blessed. Thank you, God, for the hair. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
WIL gang needs to get back together, Jenny says. And this is
Oh.
how fast Zach is. He already took the picture that was taken in the hallway, and he's got it ready. Here he is. If you want to remember the
yeah.
days, that's Danny Montana there on the right side. And of course, me and Todd. That just happened within the last half hour.
Yeah.
And it really was. Danny kept looking at Todd going, hi, like,
Yeah,
it's
out in
me.
the hallway. And I said, you must know the hair from somewhere.
You know what? But it's very true, Jenny. Wouldn't you like? I've actually thought of this over the years. Here's the good question. If there's any point of your career that you could go back to, what would it be? For me, the answer is WIL. I loved my days there. And people have always said, do you like radio or television better? I loved them both. And I used to say, if I could marry the two, that's what I would do. Well, I made it happen. This is
Yeah.
what I always wanted. I love to host, but I wanted to have the TV component of it. But I love radio, right? And the majority of your career was radio.
Yeah.
How many years?
Absolutely. Oh,
30 something?
something.
Really?
Yeah.
And the majority of it in country? Or
half country,
And
half pop, top 40. Yeah.
do you have a preference of what you love more?
You know, the country listeners, I think, were much more down to earth.
I agree.
And they would attract you, and they would stay with you.
Yes.
There was a boy
Loyalty.
who listened. There's a suburb of St. Louis in Illinois called Fairview Heights, and there's a street sign. It says Fairview HGTS, period, abbreviated, you know. So I mentioned all the time, not constantly, but enough times on WIL that I would call it Fairview Higgets. Any of y'all ever seen this on Fairview Higgets? Well, this boy messaged me on Facebook, he found me, about 15 years later. And it said, I'll never forget you calling my little town Fairview Higgets. And so that's the impact that you never know when you're doing anything. You don't even have to be on radio or TV or show to do something to make an impact. It's everyday life.
Yes.
It just happened to be that I said that on the
Fairview
radio.
Higgets.
And then, boy, he probably still remembers that. to
He's
this
watching
day.
right now. He's like,
Yeah.
there's my boy.
Yeah, Fairview
Well,
Higgins.
you can tell when someone's not completely from our area when you hear commercials and they will call Gravois.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Or there's a myriad of things that are out there. But again, just revisiting. We could do this for hours together, right?
Yeah.
While he's here, you saw Zach and Pat on our show on Monday, and Zach and Pat are going to be interviewing Todd as well. I can't wait to hear the differences in host and interviewers. That's a very manly show. They talk about a lot of things of men's health, about how important it is for men to communicate. They're big on fatherhood.
So in other words, it'll be okay if my fly's open during their show. And
They'll be
I
like,
don't
hey,
realize
dude,
it.
let's join you.
Well, instead of water and coffee,
They have bourbon in there. They have bourbon. They have bottles of bourbon
right.
in there for sure. So Zach and Pat, do me a favor and follow their show for sure. Okay, coming up in just a handful of minutes, we are going to debut the worldwide debut of the music video. Again, some of you, are you excited? Some of you may have heard the song already because, again, it's out there on many platforms. But if you have not, we're going to do that, and then we're going to visit about when did he start singing? All right. Any questions you have for him, by the way? Who are some of the favorite people that he has interviewed in his life? Some of the things that he has written when he was touched by a young boy's story. What happened with that? Just a lot of things over the next 30, 45 minutes that we'll do here in the studio with Todd Tanner Michaels. So don't go anywhere. And welcome back. Yes, you are tuned in to the Real Monica Adams Show. Do us a favor. If you're new, let me know where you're watching from. As we have different guests in studio with us, or we travel. Remember, we just did the Texas Travel Takeover show. I wish I would have had my friend Todd because, oh my gosh, we would have been wound up in Fredericksburg. But that's the thing. We can go anywhere. So would you like us to travel to your city, to your state? Let's do it. I came to you from Italy, from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. This show now can literally change your life all across the country, all across the world. The world, by the way, is what we're doing today, a worldwide debut. Are you ready, Todd?
I am, yeah.
Well, how about the old days of radio?
Yeah.
Pitch to this.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm very, very excited to be here. I wouldn't have wanted to release the video anywhere else, but with my best friend in the world right here on her show today.
Thank you.
So I've come back for this, and I hope you all like it. I'm very excited about the song.
And the song is?
The song is I Just Don't Think That I'll Be Getting Over You. It's on all the platforms like Monica mentioned. And within just a couple days of release, it was everywhere. And so today, the release of the music video for the song is just one more step where I feel like I'm back on track. I'm singing, writing, and recording again.
His true loves.
My true love.
He said, and we'll talk about this. He said he felt lost for a little while, but isn't it amazing when your passion is reignited? And here it is. I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. It's a worldwide debut.
I've seen the places where both used to go. I've stumbled on the floor where we danced so slow. But time can't erase the memories of us two. I'm lost and don't know what to do. My friends wonder why I'm sad. They all say I should find someone new, but I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. I remember the moment I looked in your eyes. We kissed and held each other so tight. Sharing stories and secrets of days gone by, easy feelings turning pages of our lives. Love was the binding of us two. My love, all thoughts end on you. My friends wonder why I'm sad. They all call me Mr. Blue, but I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. I see those 7 numbers and I know I should forget. I wanna talk to you, 'cause the feeling hasn't left me yet. Just still losing no time, won't erase the memories of us two. I'm still in love with you. Still in love. My friends wonder why I'm sad. They all call me Mr. Blue, but I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. Getting over you. I'll never forget you.
There it is.
So that's what it looks like. Wow.
Folks that are just tuning in and you're like, oh, wait, what's this?
Yeah.
That was the worldwide debut of Todd Tanner Michaels' new song, I Just Don't Think That I'll Be Getting Over You. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
I
was like,
appreciate
how
it.
emotional was that for him?
To see this for the first time ever being broadcast is a thrill. And yeah.
I'm very, very so.
Thank
so
you for the
let's go back
opportunity to
now.
come
Okay,
here.
so we're going to talk about many things of when did he start singing, all those things. But from the song, because I don't even know this, the song and the video. When did you start working on this? When were you brought back to this craft?
Music in general,
Right.
Well, let's see. I've never really quit.
Okay.
But I set that aside because I've had other things I've been doing, like model airplanes, which a lot of people know me for. But I really wanted to get back into this because I felt like it was something. So a few years ago, thanks to everything we have now with social media and editing and everything else, you can do without having to go to a studio or hire a producer. I started putting out a lot of my older songs in videos, and it just grew into this. I'm like, I've got this song that I've never done anything with that I wrote when I was so down and depressed and lonely. And I'm not going to start. I'm not going to start right now.
It's the Barbara
But I was
Walters
alone
moment.
in an apartment. That
Well,
I was
I was going to
house
ask you, when did you
sitting in.
write this?
Yeah, in Canada. And it wasn't even my apartment. I was just housing and no one was there. And it was just an afternoon. I'm like looking out the window to who knows where the heck I was, Canada. And I'm just really feeling it's like, why did this breakup happen from years ago? And that's where this all came from. And the words and melody and everything just poured out. And
Have you
for
gotten
this
over?
song, huh?
Have you gotten over?
Yeah.
That's
But
what
look
matters,
what it
right?
brought me. It brought me what I feel is a hit song.
Well, what a powerful thing to think about it, folks, because music is the universal language. It brings us all together. So you may have heard those lyrics. You may have heard the music. All of it together makes you go, yeah, I went through a hard breakup, or I'm in that right now, and I just don't feel that I'm ever going to get over this person.
Yeah.
And then you can.
You can.
You heal from it.
Yes.
You're in a dark place at the time, though, and I'm sure you were.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I wonder when this was.
Yeah.
I wonder who it was. I
Mhm.
wonder if he still feels the burn of it, the sting of it, or what you learned from it. What did you learn from it?
From the breakup, that it's probably going to happen again. There's a good chance it will, and that whatever you did wrong, if you go inside yourself and you question, how could I have made this relationship better, or do what I could to make it work, to correct it for the next time. And that's with anything in life.
That we
you
have to
know.
own our part.
You have to own your part, and you have to learn from your mistakes if you made any, you know. And sometimes in a relationship, you really haven't done anything wrong.
Absolutely.
But the other person is just not willing to do their 50%.
So again, if you just tuned in, it's just seconds ago, you missed the worldwide debut. So be sure to, for sure, go back and watch that. And then you'll start to see it circulated. But for us, we debuted it. Joy said, I love the song and the video. Anne said, wonderful song and video. Congratulations. Yes, let's hear, because we want the feedback. Julie said, very nice. Thank you, Todd. You're talented. Beautiful song. Did you have a favorite group or artist that you liked growing up? I like the Bee Gees and Bob Dylan.
Oh, yeah. Great choices. Yeah.
What about for you? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Do you know what? For this song here, I was really thinking the Carpenters.
Oh,
and,
I can
my
see that.
mom bought the Carpenters album, A Song for You, the red cover, years ago, and I was a little kid. And she started playing, I'm on the top of the world looking, and all those songs in that album. And that's how I grew for this love for the Carpenters sound and all that overdubbing of vocals.
Yeah.
And you could hear it in my song here, what we tried to emulate with overdubbing vocals. So in the background, it's me
It is you,
and
right?
a girl.
Oh,
and
okay.
we just kept overdubbing
That's
and
what Jim
building
asked.
onto it.
My husband asked, he's like, so who's singing in the background? I'm like, well, right there, I think that's Todd again.
Yeah.
That's okay. So then there's another girl. Do you want to give a shout out to her?
Carla
Carla.
Altroggi Cruz.
Okay, Carla,
Yes.
well, thank you for being on. Debbie said, come to Table Rock Lake. We miss you. That's Debbie Chambers.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Awesome song, she says. Beautiful song.
Thank you.
And beautiful man. Barbara Walters
Thank
moment.
you.
Yes, trust me. We
That's
we
sweet.
don't let go of emotions and say that we're not going to own them. So if we cry together, we cry together. If we laugh together, we laugh together. And that's what true friendship is all about. So I have heard songs. In fact, I have a CD you gave me a long, long time ago of music that he's like, I want you to hear these and I want your feedback. So I always would hear his voice and then see his look. And very much it reminded me of one of my favorite artists, which is George Michaels, who was ridiculously talented. Did you get that a lot from people?
Constantly.
Yeah.
And I still
Wham.
do. Yes.
Even my young interns were like, hey, it's like Wham. I'm like, I can't believe you know who Wham is.
There was a period back in the mid 80s when Wham and George Michael became popular, that there was a lookalike agency that contacted me and they said, oh my God, could you be our George Michael? And so for a few years, I made appearances as George Michael, singing, lip syncing Wham and George songs. And then there was a calendar that I did too, and the picture they chose was in a Choose Life T-shirt from the Wham "Wake Me Up Before You Go" video.
I've seen that picture.
So, yes, all that I still get that, and some of the music. I still get that, and I really tried to kind of break away from that.
No,
But,
you know, I see why you want
to be
you want your own
own
identity. Yes,
your
you
own
want
identity.
you want your originality. We love that aspect, but we've got a video that Zach put together, if we take the music down, that we can talk over, where it is that flashback of the look that we're talking about from back in those days. I mean, just take a look at some of this.
But I would take it to a producer and say, here are the chords, here's what I want, here's the melody. I'd sing it. And if they're a decent enough musician, they could pick it up easily. And that's how all my early songs were written and recorded.
Did you play by ear?
Huh?
Did you play by ear or by reading? Or both?
Well, both, because I did play like the goofy clarinet when I was in junior.
Hey, don't say that. There's clarinet.
Major fail. And that's why I got into singing in high school, because I was so bad. I was 21st chair clarinet out of 19 positions. So
Way to
yeah,
go, Todd.
and
You overachiever.
Just awful, awful. So,
but you know what,
they got
though?
me in the chorus instead in high school.
Well, and we've got pictures of him in chorus. Oh, so the idea, though, for parents or anyone that is your role model is to make the introduction and let them find their way. Don't force them into something, because if your parents would have been like, I don't care, you're playing the clarinet, this is what we signed you up for.
Yeah, we bought this thing and
Yes.
you're going to play it. They took me to lessons at Nodelman Music in South County here in St. Louis. And it just never, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to sing. And this is the Melville High School choir, the special chorus that you see on the screen. That's funny. They're showing these.
So from that standpoint of introduction, again, let them find their passion. And if they go away from it for a little while, it's okay, because at any point of time, you could be brought back to it. Yeah. I literally have been saying, just in the last week, we were having people guess, what instrument do you think Jim played? What instrument did you think Monica played? Go ahead and drop your comments in before I give you those answers. You know, I believe. What I wanted to play, though, was the piano, and they didn't offer it at Sacred Heart, where I went in Florissant, and I was so crushed at the time. And my dad's like, well, it's okay. And I said, no, I want to play the piano. And if I had been given that opportunity back then, I have no idea. I would have loved to have known how far I would have come. I was brought back to it. I have a grand piano at our home. I was in a car accident. Every time I go to sit down to read music, it triggers concussion symptoms, which I hate. It's crushing for me. But what do you think I play? Do you know the answer to this? Oh, he may not.
If I did, I don't think I know. I don't.
What do you all think? You can. I'll give it to you here in just a second. Well, okay, how about this?
Is it the kazoo?
No. It would be funny if it was the harmonica. But bum.
Well, yeah, that was my second choice.
No. What do you think Jim played?
Guitar.
No. You got Jim or me played the guitar?
Either one of you.
Nope. What do you all think? Drop your comment in. What do you think I played?
I've known you for all these years, and
this
I don't know
one.
the
Isn't it
answer
fun?
to
Because
this.
as friends, we always learn something new about each other.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
The sax.
Yes.
Okay. Can you still play it?
I still have it, and Jim has trumpet. Oh, Debbie said violin. I could see that one.
Yeah.
Marietta said violin as well. Our dear friend Abby Stahlschmidt's one of the most incredible violinists.
She's awesome.
Yes. Jim played the trumpet. I played the saxophone. We both still have it at the house. And I'm like, let's get the band back together. So now we got a singer, a saxophonist, and a trumpet.
We got everyone.
My brother plays the drums, or did.
Okay.
Folks, Todd Tanner Michaels, again, in studio with us. I'm going to take a quick break. We are talking about his artistry. And again, you can see the smile on his face. I've known this man for a long, long time. We have cried together. Oh, my God. The tears from when you were at our wedding was one of the most... That's when, I mean, I knew how close we were, but having you there in such an incredible moment of my life, Jim knew it. I was in the house, you were leaving, he walked out to the car, and Jim looked at me and goes, go to him. Like, kind of like you're breaking up and just go to the person you love. And I was like, I love you, but I got to go. And so I ran out to him and just cried and cried and cried, and we held each other, and it was such a beautiful moment. That was one of two very powerful moments. I'm going to tell you the other one. You want to hear this story. Don't go anywhere. More with Todd Tanner Michaels when we return. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? You go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
Let me grab this so I'm not off mic for my wonderful director, who, by the way, guessed that I played the trombone. Debbie said, so talented. Marietta said, I love it. Many people saying, a beautiful song. Super proud of our Todd, Joni Featherstone.
Thank you. Yeah, from high school.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Melville High School.
Good morning, Todd and Monica from Dolores. You all are so cute together. You should do more shows together. I love all the memories and the stories. I know, that's what I've said. Joni Featherstone, thanks for tuning in. Violin, somebody guessed. Somebody guessed clarinet. Somebody guessed harp. Somebody guessed the flute. Saxophone, they said even better. That's awesome. Elaine said sax. What what a surprise. We were guessing what instrument that I played. Okay, they said that would be a fun band of you and I
Yeah,
and Jim
yeah,
together.
yeah.
It
We're back
absolutely
in
would be.
Hooterville. Nothing goes together. Everything's out of tune. Yeah.
So Todd Tanner Michaels again in studio with us. We debuted the worldwide debut of his music video. His song is out there. If you didn't hear it, be sure to go on so many different platforms that you can purchase that, and then you can go back and see the video right here on our show. We just laughed together. I said sometimes, excuse me, over the years we have cried together. I've said this before, and if you're willing for me to go there, can I tell the story of Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So in Hawaii, it was Todd, his mother, my aunt, who's on right now, as well as Brian and Tina were there too, weren't they? My
Yeah,
brother and
yeah.
sister-in-law. There were a ton of us. And in fact, we ran out of beds.
Are you going to talk about pulling in the Chase Lounge?
There's so much. We did actually. It was
To sleep on.
It was a simple piece of lawn furniture that was outside on the balcony that we pulled in, and we put 2 chairs next to it and put some pillows from the couch so that I wouldn't fall off.
Yeah.
That's what I slept on.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. He felt so bad, but I'm like, no, you're our guest. You're sleeping in the bed.
In the sofa bed with my mother.
You know, I still have a bad back from that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
It was an incredible time. But here's the beautiful moment that truly made us know that we will forever be best friends. We took a walk on the beach together. And at the end of where we had to turn back around, because it was about a mile stretch to the beach, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it just ended.
Yeah.
There's a couple really funny things. We're going to go from crying together. This is Hawaii, by the way. Yes, that.
Wait, oh,
well,
yeah,
the
those
top right
crazy
one
pictures,
is.
Yeah.
The middle, was the middle one Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's our
Yeah,
sausage
they're
sticks.
all,
No, the one on the left is California.
That's California.
Yeah, that was at Dana Point at the St. Regis.
Yeah.
What an incredible vacation that we
Yeah.
had. Look at those babies. Little did they know that they
Bad
would be
hair.
forever friends.
Yeah.
And here is why. I just got to chill. He trusted me with this information. We walked to the end of the beach and we stopped there for a moment and we just started talking. And then he looked at me and he asked this question. Do you want to ask the question that you asked?
No, go
You
ahead
don't?
and tell the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he looked at me and he said, "You know I'm gay." And I said, "I do now." Did I think maybe he was? Doesn't matter. And he goes, "Okay." And he looked at me waiting for judgment. And I could see in his eyes, he was waiting for, "Are you going to judge?" And I went, "And?" And he's like, "And that doesn't matter?" And I'm like, "Why would it?" And then he just started crying. And then he gave me the greatest hug and we just held each other. I don't know. We probably even held hands as we walked back. And he's like, "I love you so much." And I said, "And I love you." And I said, "Why in the world would that matter?" But because, and I think we can talk about this because it's a powerful thing, you held that back probably from people. You were bullied for it in high school, all the way back to high school, or was it even
Junior high.
Junior high,
Yeah.
all the way back.
Yeah.
How do you feel that stunted your growth in life?
I think it shaves like 10 years from your life. You're like 10 years behind a lot of other people. Not for me necessarily. I knew what I wanted to do, and I overcame all that adversity. Junior high, as I've told people, it was 7th and 8th grade, was absolute hell. It was awful. It was the worst time of my life.
I'm sorry
I
for
tried
everything
to
you
commit
went through.
suicide a couple of times. It was that bad. And I expected 4 more years in high school to be the same way. But within week 1, getting out of that band and going into the chorus and all the wonderful friends that I made in high school, everything turned around within the first week at Melville High School. And it was probably the best 4 years that collectively I've had in life. They were that wonderful. And I still have so many friends from high school to this day.
And that accepting?
That accepting. And, I just don't talk about sexuality. I don't think that's not the most important thing about me. If someone asks, I'll tell them. But there's no need to go through life not being who you are.
Correct.
Because you're just holding yourself back, like I mentioned. And I know people who feel like in their job, with their social life, their family life, whatever it happens to be, they feel behind other people because they've had to, in some cases, marry someone they didn't want to marry. And I didn't ever want to not be who I am. But that wasn't always the most important. It was never the most important thing to me, a relationship, sexuality. And maybe that's why I haven't been in that many, or I'm currently not, because I'm driven to do what I want to do. When I look at you, you have the best of both. you're doing exactly what you want to do, and you have the man of your dreams. And I'm very, very happy for you.
I know you are. And
And,
you've always been supported. You have to understand, it hurts my soul when I know that he was held back a decade, he's saying. I mean, I want you to all hear this story and say, wow, Todd, thank you for being so real and raw, because this is my life. I'm living it now. The hell that you may feel. To say that he almost took his life, and for the idea that we would have never met, just breaks my heart. I'm so glad it didn't happen. There are so many of these stories that are out there of people who never, ever, ever can feel that they can be themselves because of a judgmental world. I hope it's gotten a little bit better, but there's still bullying out there. There's still judgment out there. The mental health thing is something that I talk about on a regular basis. It needs to be, but you have to understand, and if I haven't told you enough in life, those words, giving that to me, was the most amazing trust factor of any friendship I've ever had. And it still to this day means the world to me. Because you trusted me with that. But I think you also knew, or were you at all scared when you told me that?
Maybe a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
But, we would be seen together all the time. I didn't live in St. Louis anymore at that point. We were just visiting Hawaii. So our time together was always a day or two here or there, years apart sometimes. But there were a lot of times we were seen together, and people maybe you even question, how come you never asked me out?
No,
why aren't you two together? You go
people did
so
ask
well
that.
together.
People
so.
did. Again, this is my favorite. It's actually probably one of his as well. But these two pictures are very powerful. The one on the right's from our wedding. The one on the left is unfortunately from his mother's funeral.
Memorial service.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. But that one on the right, I think he used to post and say, "This is my sister. This is my soul sister."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. Did I ever think you were supposed to ask me out? No. In a little bit of inside of me, I was like, if he did, then I'm wrong. But I don't think he's interested in me.
Well, I thought she was interested in me because the first day we ever met, or right, I think it was the first, she asked me to go for a ride in her Corvette. And I thought, well, yeah, everyone else is hopping into big vans to go for lunch at the radio station. But I just met her. And she's going to hop in. It's only 2 seats.
I just thought he was super cool.
Let's go.
And so it was like the beginning of reality, right? Shows. We did a reality contest for our next DJ. And not that I was showing favoritism, but I was like, I want this guy to win. And I need to get to know him a little bit better and see if I'm wrong in this. Nope, I wasn't. He had this charismatic, huge, larger than life personality. He had come from a big marketing world. He's a genius mind when it comes to so many levels of artistry. And that is why I was like, he looks the part. He's got a great voice. He's got the energy. He loves the audience, which, by the way, is a rarity in our field. There are people who literally would mute their mic while people would call in, and I'm not going to say names. Don't say names. And they would be like cussing and like going off on the artist, or excuse me, going off on the viewers or the listeners. And I would go, they're the ones that pay your paycheck.
Yeah.
If they don't listen, if you don't watch, if we don't have sponsors, we get it. We always have. That's why I think you're all loving us together so much. Again, Todd Tanner Michaels in studio with us. By the way, once he knew I would accept him, and I said, by the way, it's not just me, it's my entire family. Mm-hmm. Right away, he went back in and grabbed my heels. I wish we don't, by the way, have that picture.
Thank God.
We don't. I wish we did.
She's such a shoe freak. I saw those sitting on the floor, and I'm like, I'm just going to put them on and see what kind of laughs I get.
You want them?
That's all right. That's all right.
If I can find, no, I won't circulate.
It'll disturb people the idea a guy dresses in drag.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't,
really
though. But it was hilarious that he saw these and he's like, these are awesome. And so we have the most hilarious picture. But I think it was so freeing of watch. My entire family loves you. And it is like a second family to you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I treat all of your family like my own.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They love you so much.
Hi, Jackie. Yes. Mama Jackie.
Mama Jackie. Okay. So Jenny says, oh, the Corvette. She still talks about the Corvette. I want a Corvette again.
Oh, okay.
And I will have you as
will
one
it be blue?
It will be blue.
Okay.
Monica blue.
Okay.
It will be Monica blue.
Right.
Because that one that I had was one of the colors in that.
Yeah, it was like that.
It was actually called Corvette Blue. That is actually, that's the color.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, yes. You all are like Will and Grace, the best duo. I like that.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
Debbie, shoe freak, understatement. Elaine, Todd, I love your story. I have 2 grandchildren that are gay. You don't stop loving them because they are. That love is needed all the more. Oh, powerful.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow,
So very
thank you.
true. And unfortunately, in life, there are parents that turn away from their kids because they can't accept it. I can't imagine that. You need to embrace them more. I love that. Debbie, I'm so happy and proud of who you are, Todd, the most loving man ever. Yes, Dana Point is beautiful. What a lovely story. We've had so many incredible memories together. And Lady in Blue, of course. Yes. All right, I'm going to take another quick break. Let's go into our radio career and yours when you left St. Louis and who you worked for and all the things that you did and some of your favorite artists that you've interviewed
Okay.
in your life. Todd Tanner Michaels, more visiting right here on The Real Monica Adams Show.
I was just on The Real Monica Adams Show, and it was really a good experience for me. When I walked in, the building is just peaceful. The environment is beautiful here. Monica really made me feel welcome.
The Monica Adams Show allows people to be themselves. It's really important to share kindness, to be real, to offer stories and things that will give people hope and a reason to smile.
Rather than waking up aggravated, disappointed, and wondering, where's this earth going, choose to wake up with something that'll put your mind and your heart in the right direction. Start with Monica.
I don't have to read your mind to know how much you care. I don't have to waste my time just to see if you're still there. I don't have to ask you questions or read between your lines. I don't have to play those games just to know you're on my.
He does have great
Wow,
hair.
Look at that. Yeah. Wow.
If you're just tuning in, again, Todd Tanner Michaels. Now, back then, how many bands have you been in?
Oh gosh, 4. I think that was the future. We were in Canada and had a minor hit there, but I got to see tour Canada because of that experience.
You have
and,
been all over the world.
Yeah, I started singing in bars here in St. Louis when I was in high school.
Really?
I was illegal to be here, but they put me on No One Ever Here because I was singing, and part of the band. It started early. I knew what I wanted to do, and I just kept at it. And God brought me great people in my life to work with. Johnny Henry, who a lot of you in St. Louis here know, a rising country star. He and I had a band in the 80s here in St. Louis
Called?
Think Twice.
Okay.
And we were a pop rock band, and we had great musicians. We just were all like-minded. We got a song that was all over the radio in the Midwest in 1986, including here in St. Louis on the big powerhouse top 40 station at the time. And we are still friends to this day. Yeah.
You made a comment earlier. Again, if you don't know, we did the worldwide debut of his new single, which again, the single's out. Now the video is out there. I just don't think that I'll be getting over you.
And you got to download.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's
it.
where the new single is
It's
available
everywhere.
now on all platforms. So
Yeah.
download it, buy it, support his music, support his artistry, support the fact that he's been brought back to this. We have a mutual friend in Kelly and Gordon Montgomery. So I look back at the future and the hair, and here's the difference between you and Gordon. You still have great hair. Gordon's now bald, but he used to have that kind of feathered hair and long, and it's so
Okay.
funny to look back. He's
Yeah.
got amazing hair. Our dear friend Sherry Anderson always is like, oh my gosh, I just want to get my hands in his hair.
Yes, yes. Yes, she does.
Okay, so let's go back, right? So you first, where was your first radio job?
It was in college. There was a small top 40 station in Canton, Missouri, Quincy, Illinois, where I went to college.
Okay.
And so my professor, my journalism professor, told me, you should go over there and talk. So I sold him on the thing that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do a good job at it. And so from day, they put me on, and that started being on the radio and learning the radio, but commercial radio, not a college station.
Okay,
this was
commercial.
an actual commercial radio station. And from that, I had 2 job offers from larger stations. And then I went to KMOX here in St. Louis,
Legendary.
which is a news talk powerhouse radio station. And I did an internship there, 6 weeks, and they offered me a job.
News.
Yeah, in news. I mean, they put me out covering boat accidents and Teamster strikes. I didn't even know what the hell a Teamster was. And I got to write and do a report on it and give them audio to use for the actual newscasters. But I did it, and I had you do or die. And that's what I
hope
tell
my
anyone
interns
who's
are listening to
interning.
that.
Do it.
Yes.
Your interns.
Yes.
You don't know what kind of opportunities in life, but especially an internship, what it can lead to.
Well, and we'll give a shout out, by the way. Gabriel Bell, Hayden Schwab, Miranda Devers. They are our current interns. You know, I've said this a lot of times. Zach Kimball was my intern, and I hired him. You never know. You impress the person that you're doing an internship for. You never know whether it's immediate. You have to have patience sometimes, or if you're brought back to it. But yes, every one of them right now, they just started within the last couple of weeks. I have said, do you want to try this? And yeah. So you get thrown into the fire, and then we get to see, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
How do you handle yourself? Or do you say, I'm scared, right? Then we know, okay, we got a little more work we've got to do with you. But that's okay also, right? We come from all over the place.
Yeah.
So here he was, and he gets to put that on his resume that he worked, and I do. We are very proud to have said we worked for KMOX, and we worked for WIL, another legendary station.
Country station.
He's done so many things. Okay, favorite artist, and we've got some good pictures.
Well, these are, I don't know what you've all pulled and picked, so I
We'll go through 'em.
just throw it up and I'll tell you a story about whoever. Ricky Martin. So this is in Las Vegas at KISS FM, and he strolled into Studio 54 one night. I was with some other air personalities at KISS that night, and we saw him come in, but he's got glasses on and a sock cap. And we're like, that's Ricky Martin. It's Ricky Martin. So I wanted him to know that he didn't have to be alone in there, that he was more than welcome to come over and talk to us, and we keep it cool. We wouldn't say that Ricky Martin's here.
Right.
And so I approached him, and he's with a friend of his or a manager, someone, I don't know who the other, Benny Medina maybe. And they both were like deer in headlights. It's like, oh my God, someone recognized us. It didn't work. The glasses, the hat, it didn't work. So, but yeah, I'll never forget that.
Do you understand how envious I am? I love Ricky Martin.
Well, thankfully, he came in. We did an interview together for the Radio Music Awards another time, and I brought that up, and he just kind of laughed at it. He probably forgot all about it.
I have forever had the greatest The man is one of the most gorgeous men to have ever walked the face of this earth. He is, and he's ridiculously talented.
The energy is insane.
Yeah,
His energy is
And then
crazy.
come on, the bottom one, we both. If anybody ever asked me, my favorite interview in all of my career is with that woman right there on the bottom right.
Reba?
Yes.
So
This is Reba McEntire.
She's amazing in her own right, you know, and so talented.
It's so real.
It's so real. She came in. I think those are that's the logo for a station in Las Vegas, where I worked for a few years. And she came in. I said, you know what? You do this all the time with radio personalities and industry people. You just pose the picture.
Right. Let's do something different.
So I said, what do you want to do? I said, let's dance. Let's do it. And she grabbed me, and we did that pose. And
she's so real. You wouldn't think that.
It's one of my favorite artist pictures ever with Reba. And that's what we did.
Who's up top? Lokesh?
So Lokesh, if you saw the music video, if you missed it, you can watch it again for I Just Don't. But you saw the boots, I'm sure, in the video.
Yeah.
So we were out one night. This is a country duo. They had a big hit called, oh, now I'm going to forget it. It was a few years
That was a huge hit.
Yeah. But it did hit #1. I do know that. So we were out one night in Gillies in Las Vegas, and we all hit it off. We were they just said, thank you, love my life.
I love this life.
Love this life.
Okay.
I love this life. It's an upbeat country tune. If you don't download it, you'll love it. And so they said, you have done so much to help our song reach #1, get so many people to like it, and you're a great guy, and we love hanging out. We want to send you something. And
they sent you boots?
So a few weeks later, this big box shows up at the radio station. What on earth? So open it up. It's a pair of their Stetson boots.
How'd they know your size?
I guess they took a stab at it. Boy, when I put those suckers on when we shot the music video back in April, boy, they're tight. Yeah. Or man, I've gained weight. And here's another
You
thing
gain
about,
weight in your
about
shoes
the
and your
music
feet?
video. They say the camera puts on 10 pounds. Don't believe it. It puts on 30 pounds. If you're a weightlifter, a bodybuilder, it's bulking season when you go on camera. If you're a fatty food lover, you love to fatten people up, go on camera and do it because they'll fatten you someone up to like no. And I look like 20, 30 pounds overweight in the music video.
Well, it's funny.
So,
there's the boots, by the way.
There's the boots, yeah.
People will meet me in person and go, "Oh," and I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Oh, you're so much tinier." I'm like, "See, but I look. So you do think you look heavier?"
Oh God, yeah.
I would watch myself on TV and go, "No, that's what I look like." And then I would ask Jim, "Do I look heavier?" And he goes, "No." But every time we meet someone, they all do that, and I'm like, do I look heavy to you? Oh my God, 10, 20, 30 pounds again.
Yeah.
Again, we're visiting with Todd Tanner Michaels, and hopefully you can stay with us a little bit. Sometimes we wrap up at 8. Other times we go a little bit longer. We were on with Tony Twist yesterday, by the way, for an hour and 53 minutes. It
Oh,
was
wow.
such a powerful interview. We were
Yeah.
on a little bit longer with Zach and Pat on Monday as well, and I knew we would stay on longer, and we've got so much to talk about. Love the boot story, Debbie said. Lisa just said, love Johnny Henry as well. You should team up for a duo.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he still around?
So if I come back in town, we'll do a live thing with listeners, and I'll have Johnny and his band come.
I told
and
Todd.
we'll do a few songs together.
Okay, I told
Johnny,
Todd.
you didn't know that, but you're now committed.
Make it happen. Todd, I told Todd I would love for him to perform for us live. Love the new single. Congratulations,
you.
Todd. So talented and also great hair. See? Laura, is this Mulehauser? Do you know Laura?
Yeah, we went to high school together. Yeah.
All these Melvilleites
Melville
are
High
coming back
School.
up.
Yeah,
So we
I
talked
love
about
it.
Reba, Low Cash, Ricky Martin, and then I actually just found these. I should have brought them in for you. I just found pictures from both of these two beautiful women with red hair, and it's not Reba McEntire. It is the wonderful Winona and
yeah.
Naomi Judd, the
Yeah.
late Naomi Judd.
Well, I sent those to Zach, your producer, but he has some other photos there. That
Yeah, but there you go. There's
getting ready to
there's
show.
there's Y
yeah,
and Naomi.
the Judds, and again, with these country stars or anyone in radio, look, you can see it's just like I want to create something. What do you want to do? I want to act like I'm stealing Naomi, your mama's tiara. And Naomi's like, oh my God, don't take my tiara. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to act like I am. So you could see it. We created a shot and that made it all over the radio
The trades,
publications. Yeah, because it's so outlandish.
Well, and again, by the
Yeah.
way, this is
And
what's
then they both kissed me and we did another pic. But yeah,
this is what's real about Todd is
Wonderful.
let's just be ourselves. Let's be authentically who we are. I had a feeling that one made the trades. The one that made the trades with us from Nashville was Trace Adkins, me and Elaine Everett. And we had those candied lips and we put them on like we were eating them. And it was the three of us with these big red lips, of course, made it into the trades. Like, what's Trace Adkins?
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
one was Keith Urban. I had him putting lipstick on to kiss this piece of paper that he signed to raise money for St.
Okay.
Jude Radiothon.
Yeah.
But he was like this, looking up like, oh, did you take a picture of me putting lipstick
Yeah.
on? Yes, we
Yeah.
did. But again, it's everybody can do the same old tired interview.
Yeah.
The reason why you are loving us right now is that you never know where the interview is going to go. You
Right,
play
yeah.
off the person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
And
here's
these
some other ones.
artists love when you do things like that because they know that type of photo or video is going to get more likes
Yes.
and hits and attention
Yeah.
than the standard stand and arm around.
I
each
can't.
other.
I gotta love this. The ones that you chose are some of my favorites in my. And we didn't
Okay.
have. We had parallel careers, but we had no idea. When he sent these to us, I was like, "Yep, loved Naomi. Yep, loved Winona." Done in different time point. I interviewed Naomi when she came in town to talk about her hepatitis with
Yeah.
St. Louis University
Yeah.
and Dr. Bruce Bacon. That was a really powerful time. Then Winona had me on her bus after one of her concerts.
Mhm.
What a unbelievable woman and
Oh,
so
yeah,
talented.
Absolutely.
Then you
yeah.
have a picture of Rick
Wonderful.
Springfield, who I met at another charitable event and interviewed him. So all these favorites. Now, I did not interview Shaka Khan or Dionne Warwick.
Chaka Khan, I've already have it in mind. If this song ever we want to do another remix, I want Chaka Khan to do all the ad lib vocals that are on the end of the song.
Well,
I've
of
already
course you do.
decided. Absolutely.
What
She'd
a
be
voice.
perfect. Now she and I worked together at a station in Los Angeles, and that's how I met Chaka Khan. But I also saw her at a grocery store in Burbank one day, and you think, oh, these people. you know, they're celebrities. Well, a lot of you would see them when you live in LA. They're just anywhere and everywhere,
Sure.
like most people.
Yeah.
Grocery store, and that's where I saw Chaka Khan
At the grocery store?
with her daughter, and this cart is filled and overflowing with stuff. And now I didn't know her yet.
Oh.
I didn't know her at the time, and so. Her daughter is like any teenager, kid, not paying attention, maybe on her phone or whatever. And so canned goods keep falling out of the cart, and the girl's not paying any attention, not care. But Chaka is having to step and pick up her own canned goods that are falling out of the cart in the grocery store. And she'd kill me if I ever heard this, but it's stuff you don't expect to see celebrities do,
well, they're real.
but
Come
they're
on.
just people.
Yes, that's what you all need to
What else
understand.
did you have? Dionne Warwick.
Well, hang on. I
up
thought you
there.
were going to say you went up to her and said, Chaka Khan,
No.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan.
Yeah, drop the can, drop the can, drop the can, another, drop the can. No, but
That's her latest.
but I
That's like
didn't.
Weird Al
I was
Yankovic.
like,
That's her new
"Nah,
song."
I'm gonna go there and leave her alone. She was already
No.
probably pissed because her daughter wasn't helping.
No, come
Yeah.
on.
But
She probably
Dionne
loved
Warwick,
it. Yes.
if you ask anyone you've ever met, interviewed, whatever, I think for me, it's the legendary Dionne Warwick.
What a class act, right?
She's up there on the upper left.
Did you
and,
ever interview Whitney?
No,
Oh,
no. But
see.
I did go, thanks to my good friend Mike Grizzy, who was at Paramount Studios. He was casting for this show called Big Break.
Mm-hmm.
This is another. This was after Star Search, so they had this show called Big Break. Natalie Cole was the host, and she had Whitney Houston come on as a guest artist one day. So Mike said, "Come over to the taping. Whitney's going to be there."
Really?
So he put me right near the stage, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. Those two, I think they did, I Say a Little Prayer together.
Oh,
One
wow.
of Dion's hits.
Yeah.
And Dion and Whitney Houston were cousins.
Right.
And so to be there in that moment and watch, and they're both gone.
I know,
Both
it's-
Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston.
Such unbelievable talent.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
voice, right? We can just say the voice and right away we go
Yeah.
to Whitney. I never got a chance to meet her. Went to see her very first concert, though. Do you know where it was? Here in St. Louis. Do you know where it was?
Was it the Kiel Auditorium?
The Muni.
Oh, the Muni.
Whitney,
Outdoor.
anybody else remember
Wow.
that? Whitney Houston in her early days up on stage wasn't, obviously the voice spoke for itself. So she didn't have to do much, but just sit there and sing. Later and later and later, she got into her artistry and dancing
Yeah.
more, but she was just, just so thin, model-like, always,
Oh,
right? So
yeah,
tiny.
yeah.
And she would just move around a little bit, but that's it. All she had to do was sing. So yes, by the way, the Muni is where
Wow.
Whitney Houston
Made her
performed.
St. Louis debut, I
No,
guess.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. Jenny, love the Judds, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Let's see. Love the Boot Story and Monica and Jim in the band together with you. Yes. Again, you can comment live or when you come to this later, do a little hashtag replay for us. So we're talking about some of his favorites, and we literally could go on and on because he's done so much in his career and had so many different levels of career. You also used to write for some big radio shows. You want to drop names?
Yeah. Oh, well, let's see. Rick Dees, who everyone in LA and Southern California knows. And
Rick Dees and the Weekly Top 40.
Yeah, the weekly top 40 countdown. So the meeting of the minds was one day because I worked for Rick, and his arch rival was Casey Kasem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Casey recorded his American Top 40 down the hall. And I had loved these countdown shows ever since I started really paying attention.
Do.
And so the cleaning lady knew I wanted to meet Casey. I think I'd mentioned her. I'm so thrilled to be here and writing for Rick and the countdown and all these artists and the music and everything. It's a passion. And I said, but sometime, I really want to meet Casey. So one morning I get in, and this is at the big building, the building on Sherman Way, and the Valley in San Fernando Valley area. And she says, I got a surprise for you. This is the cleaning lady now. So I said, okay, come with me, come. So I'm following this lady, and she goes to Casey's studio. Well, the on-air light is on, the red light is on outside, and she barges right in, and he's recording. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna blow his stack, because he had a temper. You never know.
Oh, really?
You never knew. Once in a while, yeah, there were things that would
Casey.
irritate it, because he's a professional.
Well, and he was a perfectionist.
And you're interrupting the audio. And he couldn't have been more gracious. He just stopped, looked, smiled, put down the headphones, stood up. And to me, that's how I met Casey Kasem.
Oh, I didn't know this
The
story.
cleaning lady.
Casey Kasem, one of the best voice. You know what? I was hearing
And
something
so
the other
from
day.
that point on, every time he passed me in the hallway, he'd shuffle on that, and he'd just wave. And
Did he say, "You want to come on in and interrupt me again"?
Yeah.
Casey Kasem, one of
Yeah.
the best voices ever. You also wrote for John Tesh,
John Tesh, yeah, and
Lisa Gibbons.
Lisa Gibbons.
Again, I'm telling you, folks. My aunt Tootie always goes. Every time I turn around, I see a new picture of something he did, or I hear a new story. He truly has a fascinating life. Wouldn't you like to read about it in a book?
Yeah, I get asked that. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I've never asked you, but I believe you should. Okay, look, I have been writing a book that has halfway done, that should have been well, no, I take that back. It will be released when God wants it to be.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people, though, have already wanted it out. It will come out, but I believe you need to as well. People would love to read the ins and outs of what we've done. I mean, seriously, people love the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What's the most popular stuff on social media? BTS.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes stories
Right.
like this.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's an hour and a half in. We could go on and on and on with stories of our career.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm going to say it again. You and I need to do a regular segment or an entirely different show together.
Yeah.
I would love it. Wouldn't you all? Wouldn't you love it to happen? Okay, before we do have to wrap up, I mentioned earlier that you felt compelled to write a story after seeing this story of a young boy that had what?
Yeah. You're talking about this song, If
Yes.
I Wake Up Tomorrow.
Yes.
I
Well,
wrote
give me
that
the background
back in,
on-
after seeing this little boy. After college, I lived here in St. Louis for a short time again. And there was this ongoing dispute with the community on the east side in Illinois. This little boy who had AIDS, and all he wanted to do was go to school. At public school, and when the parents and the other kids found out, it was all this upheaval, and they were protesting. They were protesting outside the house. They were protesting at the school every day. This is a report from one of the local TV stations here
Don
in St.
Johnson.
Louis. Some of the
Yeah.
audio where they're talking about Jason, and the song is playing, I think, in the background behind this. But I was so touched by this little boy and his story and what he was doing. It was just, he was a 7-year-old kid, and all that the family was having to endure because he got AIDS through a blood transfusion. He was a hemophiliac, and it just really touched me.
And the name of the song you
Is
wrote?
If I Wake Up Tomorrow.
Oh.
And it's written from the standpoint of the little boy talking to his mom on what could be his last night. And I met with the family before this song was ever produced. I went over, they invited me to their home, and of course they were very guarded after everything they had been through.
Sure.
And there were neighbors watching me, some stranger pulling up, getting out of his car, walking up to their front door and on the porch. I could see people watching. But the family invited me in. His mother couldn't have been any more nicer and pleasant. I met Jason and the rest of the family. I told them what I wanted to do, how I wanted to write this song about Jason and just share his story. And I
Did they
wanted
just start crying?
their approval.
Well, sure you do.
Yeah,
of
I
course.
wanted their approval to do it. And they agreed. And so I'm happy Jason lived a couple decades after that. He passed when he was
did, yeah.
23. And but just, you never know how you're going to touch lives.
Every
And-
day I say that, and we feel blessed, don't we?
Yeah.
But we still, well, like you said, you could have somebody reach out to you 15 years later, 20 years later. Do you know you said this? Or at a time I was in such a dark place, and your laughter, just hearing your laugh brought me hope and inspiration and laughter and light. Again,
Yeah.
When you are a wonderful, true human being, that's what comes out. And that's why I know you're all falling in love with him right now. Elaine said, I will definitely buy your book, Monica, when it comes out. Also, Todd needs to write his book. It would be amazing. Okay, there we go. There's your, we've got to have it.
Thank you.
God saying
All
to
right.
do it. And you can do an audio. Oh, they said I could do the audio for your book.
Yeah.
Well, he
yeah,
can
you
do it
could.
himself, right? You usually want to hear it. Here's the thing. So when I first heard a song from you, you hear this voice. He's got this wonderful booming radio voice. And then when I heard you sing, I was like, oh, he's got some higher pipes. Interesting. Have you always sung higher?
Yeah, I was always a tenor.
Yeah.
Yeah, first tenor.
Yeah.
And
But your voice
pretty
is a
much
little
my
lower when you
range.
speak.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So
And I
first
learned to
time-
project
Mhm.
when you're doing stage like musicals and musical theater and all this, and you plays, or you got to project. So I do that in radio, and people say you don't even need a mic. We can hear you loud and clear.
That's why I was wound up.
Yeah.
You and I both, but you know what? That's a very powerful thing. I'm going to call him out for a second. So Hayden Schwab is one of my interns. He's in here shooting footage right now. The thing I hope to do with him over the next 3 months is to get him to find his voice more and more. And you can tell when people are a little shy or a little pulled back of, am I asking the right question? Should I not ask this? And so there'll be times where he'll say something and I'll be like, what are you saying? Like, you got to speak up to me. I want I want to find that confidence in someone.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. It's not always there, whether you're introverted or extroverted, or you didn't have a public speaking class. Those are so important. So for parents, get your kids to speak. By the way, I'm always very big on getting everyone back to the family table. That's when you find out more about your kids' lives, right?
Yes.
Get back to the table
Yeah.
and eat together and ask them. Don't let them go to their phones. Don't let them go to their new Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah.
Have them tell you about their life that
Yeah.
day. Something, but get them to look you in the eye and speak it.
Yeah, we've pulled, when I come to visit before, my brother's sons, Dave and Angie, and their boys into a van, and we go sightseeing around St. Louis. And it's not necessarily the Arch, the zoo, those sort of things. It's where Grandpa lived, where
Yeah.
great-grandma lived, our old house. And I tell the guys, put those phones down. In fact, give them to me. I'm going to put them in the glove box. And you're going to listen to Dave and I tell you about your roots
Yep.
and your family history.
Family's everything. Family that you are born into,
Yeah.
and then the family you're gifted.
Yes.
And you're my brother.
My sister.
I love you.
Love you.
I'm so proud of you. One final break. Again, we're going to tell you how you can download everything for the music, the video, etc. And now I want you to see it all over social media and then share it like crazy so that people that follow you can hear this wonderful man. Todd Tanner Michaels will wrap up The Real Monica Adams Show next. There are so many restaurants that have opened up. Every time you come back, there's probably a
We
new
do
one.
a restaurant tour.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Foodie Friday, by the way, is a new segment that we started about 2 months ago. Pueblo Solis. Have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, best Mexican in St. Louis
Yeah.
on Southampton in the South City Hills area.
But
we
could
will
I
have.
get her to go back to Emo's Pizza?
Yeah, he got me to eat emos. Which people are like, what do
She
you mean
found
got you?
cauliflower
I'm
pizza
not a
last
big.
time.
I did. Oh, that's true. I
Yeah, you
forgot
found
about.
something you'd
I don't
like.
know. I'm a big Pantera's pizza fan, which I got to get
Oh, I
them on.
remember
some point.
that.
There's the picture of you and I with emos.
Emo, yeah.
He is such a huge emos fan.
Oh, God, that's the
True
best
St.
pizza.
Louis roots.
Yeah,
He-
absolutely.
I don't, even growing up here,
Thin crust and that cheese mix. Is it provolone or
it's Provel.
Provel?
Yep.
Oh,
St. Louis is
it's-
Provel. I'm
oh.
more of a like authentic Italian. I like more mozzarella.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I don't dislike emos. It's
Yeah.
just not my go-to.
Yeah.
But I went to it with him.
She did, and her
On the-
mother.
on
and
the way
look,
to the airport,
lady,
right?
we should have had it on video because the lady who worked behind the counter
Was
at
a
that
big
Emos
fan.
that day, she, I know you.
You're the
What?
news lady.
Oh, you're the news lady. Oh, Monica Adams. Oh, and she came over from behind the counter and gave Monica this big hug.
Yeah.
She was going crazy.
We did
Yeah.
take a video.
And
well, I gotta find that.
Well, it was a photo, but it was kind of after the fact, because if we had had the discovery that you're Monica Adams and you're in here and this Emo's Pizza, were we on Olive?
I was taking you back to the
yeah.
airport.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
we
Your
were
mom
up
was
off of
with
the
us.
Innerbelt and like
And
Page.
your mom just laughed and laughed. It's like everywhere we go, people
All right,
know her.
hang on.
Yeah.
We're going to do our devotional in a second. Let me go back. I always want to make sure that you're all heard. Again, if you comment to us later, just do hashtag replay for us. So Elaine said, I remember the story of Jason Todd with AIDS. He was from South Roxana, Illinois,
Yeah,
she said, where
yeah.
she used to live. Debbie said, Todd, you made me cry. So beautiful. Elaine said, oh my God, you all got me bawling. Yes, Debbie, adopt and rescue always. I mean, I tell you what, I think there's a whole, again, all dogs need a home, but there's a whole other component when you rescue. It's like they know that you adopted them, right? It's the rescue side.
Yeah.
Okay, you know faith is big in the show.
Yes.
So 100 days to freedom, 100 days to freedom from anger, fear and anxiety. Let's leave overeating. Shame or depression. Which one are you feeling?
What are the four again?
Anger, fear and anxiety are together.
Let's talk about fear and anxiety.
I'm telling you, folks, if you watch the show, this is the one that's chosen the most. It's double the amount of people choosing that one as opposed to the others. Even though, don't you agree, fear and anxiety leads to sometimes anger, shame, depression. But this is usually the root of it all. So it's day 67. Be bold. We're going to read from this. And again, there's Stephen Arterburn. You can find him on Amazon. I purchased him at the Crossing. They have a bookstore inside the one in Chesterfield. So that's where I purchased it in case you want to try and go there in person. Be bold. All right. Let this sink in. Let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy, and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. This is Hebrews 4, verse 16, by the way. So hesitancy is part of life for many people. You may not feel quite sure about situations you're in, decisions you have to make, or even your relationships. Everything feels risky. You might want to take something on, but at the same time have to muscle through your own resistance. Sometimes hesitancy in our day-to-day life is due to fear and anxiety. It is an ever-present reality that we push through. And in fact, many people around us would be surprised if they knew what was going on inside of us. The constant chatter or hum of insecurity or questioning about every step that we take. It isn't easy to turn off, and it's frustrating to never have a moment of peace. You know, I'm big on journaling and meditation, finding peace, removing yourself from a situation that's not serving you, and finding the corner where you feel connected, and then maybe coming back and finding your tribe. When you feel hesitant, be bold. Ask God for strength to push you through it. Quiet your heart and your mind and ask God for clarity about this very moment, your daily life. Sensing God's presence, even when you face challenging decisions or relationship struggles, can encourage you to boldly persevere. Boldly isn't the same as rudely. Don't mistake that. It's about a sense of strength and assurance, knowing you're able because God is with you. What do you need to be bold about in your requests to God? I'll ask that again. And today, maybe that's what you write down in your journal. What do I need to be bold about in my request to God? Beth Moore said, courage comes from a heart that is convinced it is loved. A.W. Tozer says we never, ever need shout across the spaces to an absent God. He's nearer than our own soul, closer than our most secret thoughts. And Max Lucado, Jesus tends to his people individually. He personally sees to our needs. We all receive Jesus' touch. We experience his care. So here's your prayer for the day. Thank you, Lord, for your availability. Help me to ask you for all that I need, knowing that you will, in fact, provide. You're a faithful God, and you have the strength I need for each day. Amen to that. Well, that was very fitting.
He's never let me down.
He's never let you down, and he never will. And that goes for each and every one of you, even when you feel a little lost. And we will forever go through moments in life where we feel, what kind of God would do this?
Yeah.
He would never take you to something that he wouldn't carry you through.
Right.
I just want you to remember that.
You know what? If you're listening and you have any kind of business at all, this is just a little pitch as a friend. I'm not being paid, told to say this, nothing. This is the hardest working woman I think I know. And she really does deliver well over above 100%. But whatever you do, you succeed. And if there's a chance you didn't, because you're a perfectionist like I am. You will do what it takes to make it better the next time.
Yes.
And
It's needed in life.
I've loved that about you all
Thank
the
you.
years we've known each other, and that's one reason we click so well.
Yes.
But if you're on the fence about having Monica's show be a part of your business, or you advertising or promoting your brand, have her out at your place of business to do a live show, because you'll see turnout, you'll see people there, and what she brings in. I saw you with this barista the other day.
Yesterday, yeah.
And it's like you're making coffee and having fun. It added a whole new element to their business that afternoon.
It was so well, and it brought me back to my roots of TV and radio, where it is. If you know me, you know that which most people should, but are you not willing to show every layer of who you are? There are people who are like, oh, I know Monica, and they would talk about the news side. And my friends, of course, would go, oh, you don't know Monica. If you know Monica, you know that Monica will get down in the trenches with you and throw on a ball cap and workout clothes to about an hour later taking a shower and emceeing in a ball gown.
Yeah.
We should be that. So that's the same mindset that I give to my team, which is be willing to be the janitor to the president of a company.
Yeah.
I don't care if the president is saying, well, I'm the president. Good. Get in there and clean that bathroom.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it's a well-oiled machine.
Right.
And I was taught that from my parents, and I will forever be that person. The real Monica Adams and the real Todd Tanner Michaels. Debbie said, agreed. Let's see. Todd about Monica being the hardest working woman. Thank you. I appreciate that. Elaine said, I think health insurance should pay for pedicures. I like that. It keeps your feet healthy. Hey, that's very true.
Yeah.
Debbie, yes, they know they were rescued. Yeah, we're talking about animals before. All right. Again, we could go on and on and on. How about we wrap up the show so you can hear a little bit more about this incredible video that was debuted worldwide here today. I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. And you can download it. You can buy it. You can support him. Oh, by the way, where's the best place for people to follow you?
Instagram, Facebook, Todd Tanner Michaels, or Todd Radio.
There you go.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Todd Tanner Michaels. And again, the new single is out, and now the video is out. And I'll just give another little plug. I don't know when they're going to be dropping it, but follow the Zach and Pat show, because another interview will be coming with Todd Tanner Michaels.
I don't have anything else to tell them.
But, yeah, look, it depends on how they interview, right? That's what I love about listening to people.
Well,
on
we'll
different...
talk toenails, since that's top of mind right at the moment.
I think I asked them if they got manicure. You don't have. If the guys think, am I getting it painted? No. It's just like you can put a clear coat. They just buff it out, and your nails look. We're doing it together. Next time you're in town, we're doing it together. I love you, my friend.
I love you, and thank you for this opportunity today.
Thank you for flying in. Again, a quick couple days here from Vegas, and then he's back. We'll bring him back again, and who knows what the future holds. Again, always be willing to be anything you want to be, but the greatest thing that you can be is
yourself
and kind.
And kind.
Here's the debut of the worldwide music video. I just don't think I'll be getting over you.
I've seen the places where both used to go. I've stumbled on the floor where we danced so slow. But time can't erase the memories of us two. I'm lost and don't know what to do. My friends wonder why I'm sad. They all say I should find someone new, but I just don't think that I'll be getting over you. I remember the moment I looked in your eyes. We kissed and held each other so tight. Sharing stories and secrets of days gone by. Easy feelings turning pages of our lives. Love was the binding of us two. My love don't think that